Hi everyone, welcome back to Jamal's Tube. In this video, I wanted to go a little bit more fishes that you can keep in community tanks. Check this video out if you are interested in knowing a little bit more on beginner type fishes. However, in this video, more towards the intermediate ones that you can keep in your tank. I'll be talking about a few stunning species that will challenge your skills, elevate your tank, and reward you with vibrant colors. Without much further ado, let's dive in. The first thing is that they are more sensitive to water parameters. For example, the German blue rams, they are very beautiful, very attractive colors, are highly sensitive to changes in water quality. They require slightly soft and acidic water and higher temperatures. A minimum of 20 gallons, more is better. Generally very peaceful. However, when you have breeding pairs, if they're in a community tank, they might be territorial when they are in the breeding season. So this is something you need to consider if they are centerpiece fishes. The other point is the specific dietary needs. An example would be that apistogrammas need live or frozen bloodworms, or frozen food like brine shrimp and daphnias, which may not always be available. The next would be compatibility challenges. Behavioral complexity can be different. Because of that, you require a specific tank setup, tank size as well. For example, there are some fishes who swim really fast and they compete for food, while there are fishes that are much slower and they hang out in the middle of the tank. So in that case, you might want to get a tank that has more slow moving fishes. Pair them up accordingly so no one is left behind and everyone is fed. The next fish is the Congo tetras.
There are many different types of tetras. I won't be able to list all of them out in this video. In terms of the sizes, you can find them as small as 3 to 4 cm and as big as 6 to 8 centimeters long. The Congo tetras are known to be the larger size tetras. General guideline with tetras, the bigger they are,
require 30 gallons or more because they can get quite of a big size.
They can be placed in community tanks. Smaller size tetras are better suited in nano size tank or specific species only tank.
If you have tanks with caves, small little spots, they will enjoy it and they will go inside of it. They, however, do prefer dim lighting and lots of vegetation. Chili rasboras. You can keep them in small nano-sized tanks of 5 gallons. However, if you're gonna get a few or a community, then 20 gallons would be best. The reason why they are considered intermediate is because they require soft acidic water. They will appreciate a tank with dense vegetation, so this is something to consider as well. They're very peaceful and they thrive better in groups. At least 6 to 10 as a community would be a great start. Next is the bristle-nosed pleco. If you're gonna keep one, you can keep them in a 20-gallon tank. They require driftwood. It becomes part of the diet. They actually do gnaw on some bits of the wood. So if you keep them as part of your decoration of your tank, the plecos are going to enjoy it. Not the best algae eaters, however, they will do their part in eating some bits of algae in the tank. They're quite peaceful and they will eat the detritus on the walls of your tank. That's one thing I've noticed. The next fish is the cribensis. Like the German blue rams, a minimum requirement tank is at about 20 gallons. You need to understand that this type of fish is actually quite territorial, especially when they are breeding. However, I find that the cribensis are slightly more aggressive, even more aggressive during breeding. So I would say if you keep one of them, they might be territorial in their trying to find their own spot.
Some additional notes. There's a difference between the Ombuna cichlids and the cribensis. The differences between the Ombuna as well as the cribensis is while they are both from Africa, one is more territorial and aggressive compared to the other. The umbunas, from my experience, happen to be one of the most territorial and aggressive fishes. They will bully the small ones as well as the big-sized fishes like the Oscars. If you're going to go for the umbunas, make sure that they are at a species-only tank, while the crebensis can be mixed with other types of bigger-sized tetra fishes, for example.
The peacock cichlid. Cichlids, if you're not familiar with them, are a type of fish. In my experience and a lot of people's experience, cichlids are actually quite the devils. For example, the first fish I ever knew was the angelfish. I thought with the name angel, they would be peaceful. Nah. Them being cichlids, they are very territorial. And once again, when they breed, they try to look for a little spot in the tank, and any fish that come close by, they will start attacking. So cichlids, general warning, they can be quite territorial, so you need a big size tank. At least 20-30 gallons would be the best. Why are they not for beginners? They have a higher risk towards illness or stress. Equipment needs, yeah, that's something you have to consider as well. For example, if you live in colder regions where you have 4 seasons compared to where I live, where it's just summer and spring every year, then you might need to get a tank with a heater to heat up the temperature. Some fishes require colder water and some fishes require warmer water, so this is something you need to consider. You spend money for fish, now you have to spend more money. Before you choose these fishes to be paired up in your community tank, you might need to be slightly familiar in terms of the requirements of fishes. In order for that to happen, you need to be quite experienced. The more you spend time with fishes, the more you see the different signs and symptoms that some of the fishes might inform you before they get certain illnesses.